They're not all bad, they're just pixelated that way. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video games where you play as the bad guy.
So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you anyway?
For this list, we're looking at games where being bad never felt so good. Video games that feature protagonists who don't know they're the bad guy until near the end are featured in our list of the top 10 video games where you're unknowingly the villain.
If you'd only helped out, Trish might still be alive.
We'll also only be looking at games where you don't get to decide between being good or evil. Nor are we looking at series where there are more playable good guys than bad guys. Number 10, Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. You gotta respect a villain who rocks a pointed mustache. Serving as the exact opposite of Mario, Wario first appeared as the main antagonist of Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. After that, he got to star in his own adventure with Wario Land. Unlike that Bowser chump, he wasn't out to capture some princess. He was just out to surpass Mario by getting a castle that was bigger than his. This sent him on an adventure where he'd steal coins by shoulder-checking enemies in order to pay a genie who could, if paid enough, give him his own castle, or a planet. Ha! Take that, Mario! Number 9, Postal.
Stop shooting, you sick bastard! I'm already dead!
Postal 2 has an inkling of a plot where he tries to complete mundane tasks and you can actually choose to not kill anyone. The first game, however, is a different story, since you can only advance to the next level after killing a certain number of people. Needless to say, people criticized this game, particularly the United States Postal Service, who sued the developer for using the term postal in a game whose primary objective was to kill everyone. Number 8, Hitman series. I need help! Every time he thinks he's out, they pull him back in. Though it really doesn't take that much persuasion to get a gun into Agent 47's hands.
This, my friend, is Mr. 47.
We suppose that's what happens when you're created from the genetic material of a triad leader, a drug lord, a terrorist, and a weapon smuggler. Agent 47 is the perfect killing machine, a role he's destined to fulfill even if he's trying to live a life of peace. Like any good hitman, he doesn't ask a lot of questions, and he'll do anything it takes to complete a mission, even take out targets and anyone in the area at his own funeral. Number 7, Manhunt series. You can't spell morally questionable characters and video game controversy without Rockstar Games.
I don't want to hurt anybody. If he sees you, he will kill you. Understand? Waste him.
That being said, let's talk about Manhunt, a series that centers around escaped prison inmates and the people they brutally murder. And the flashier they kill, the better the score you get. You could argue that the first game's protagonist was simply following orders so he could escape prison and be with his family again. But he certainly had no qualms about suffocating people with a plastic bag. The debauchery continues in the game's sequel and offers players more cringeworthy ways to kill everyone who crosses your path. Number 6, Destroy All Humans series.
Crypto here. How's the view from the safety of the mothership?
Very funny.
Don't you just love when a video game tells you the objective of that game? We suppose technically it's a bit misleading, since Crypto isn't destroying, he's harvesting.
Ain't no probe. I'm gonna beat you back to Bay City. Forget about it!
And unlike some aliens who attack our planet, Crypto has legitimate reasons for wanting our extinction. He needs to harvest our brainstems in order to prevent his species from going extinct. See, he's trying to save his species. Noble, right?
It's a big job, especially for one who's corporeally challenged like myself.
Alright, it still sounds bad, but it could be a lot worse. Crypto could be running our American government, or could be starting a fast food restaurant and serving humans as meat. Oh wait.
Big Willie is feeding us to ourselves. A shipment arriving at the harbor city contains the truth.
And Colonel
Rockin's Kitchen. You're gonna love my down south chicken.
Number 5, Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Before we all suffered from the evils of the mobile game in 2013, the Dungeon Keeper franchise was an enjoyably evil romp. Sporting the catchphrase, evil is good, the games let you take on the role of a dungeon keeper in charge of your very own dungeon.
Your minions are winning a battle. You have conquered this realm.
Before you can enjoy your devilish new home, you have to deal with the pesky do-gooders who feel the need to invade it, and other dungeon keepers who are out to steal your treasure.
Your goblin force is large enough to challenge Lord Antonius for his portal gem.
Sadly, we never got that third installment, which promised to let us go to the surface and try to take over the world.
Good progress, Keeper. See? Your goblins are well rested in their lair, and their bellies full with juicy chicken flesh.
Number 4, Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I bet it is.
In a franchise where Grand Theft Auto is the least of the offenses, we're always playing as characters who do terrible deeds. However, GTA 5 has 3 protagonists. Michael Townley, who tries and fails to live in peace.
You guys are going to the...
Franklin Clinton, a gangbanger who becomes friends with Michael.
Man, you can't be for real.
And Trevor Phillips, who, let's be honest, steals the show.
The hell are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
Are you taking a dump?
Why do you care, huh?
To his credit, Trevor is fiercely loyal to those he cares about, but he's so unstable that being on his good side can be just as nerve-wracking as being on his bad side. No wonder his old heist buddy faked his own death.
Who is that?
Number 3, Star Wars TIE Fighter. It's always great to play for the victorious side, unless that side is made up of the biggest villains in the galaxy.
Failure is not an option.
Who are we kidding? Who hasn't been curious about the dark side? Especially between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, am I right?
Now you shall pay for your treachery.
In this game, you play as an unnamed Imperial starfighter, though technically the Prima strategy guide revealed the character's badass name, Marek Stella.
Join us to rebuild all that was destroyed in this savage conflict.
As Stella, you face off against the likes of the Rebel Alliance and even treacherous Imperial forces. We don't want to spoil the ending, but let's just say if you win the day, Emperor Palpatine will be pleased.
Even now, our capable forces, led by Darth Vader, are striking back at the rebel insurgents.
Number 2, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm.
The Protoss are defenseless. Attack now.
You know how we said being bad never felt so good? Meet the Queen of Blades herself, Sarah Kerrigan.
The Queen of Blades. I knew you'd return to your true form.
If you know your StarCraft lore, you know that Sarah Kerrigan was assimilated into the Zerg swarm in StarCraft 1, and then saved from it by Jim Raynor at the end of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. Happy ending? Not so much. Because when she's convinced that Jim's been killed in Heart of the Swarm, she falls off the wagon real hard and goes full Zerg all over again. This time for double revenge. Sure, her crusade against Arcturus Minsk is technically noble, but you can't have a good crusade without killing a few thousand innocents across the galaxy, am I right? It would be bad of us to ignore them, so let's check out these honorable mentions.
Cause of death appears to be catastrophic organ failure.
Number 1, God of War series. We're not saying that Kratos' fury isn't justified, sort of. Honestly, after Ares' defeat, he could have just stopped. In fact, he should have stopped. Athena tried to warn him, but his stubbornness led to Zeus stepping in, and well, now he's sort of number 1 on our list, what can we say?
The wrath of Olympus grows. Soon I will no longer be able to protect you.
Kratos may have a reason behind his anger. He got tricked by Ares into killing his own family. But he's so blinded by rage that it's easy to forget his inner turmoil, especially since he has a tendency to kill absolutely everything and not just the ones who wronged him. definitely earned that God of War title.
No man, no god could ever forget the terrible deeds you have done.
Do you agree with our list?
You're pushing your luck, pal.
Which video game do you enjoy being bad in? For more destructive top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
This is not the end.